Thank you for joining me for another episode of Taste of Magic. This episode, I'm going to show you some art from Return to Ravnica and Gatecrash, and I'm going to tell you what I think the pieces of art might be. So first I'm going to show you, now this is not entirely new, this is the Is It charm. We saw what it did with the Is It versus Golgari sets, and the charms are going to be cool. So here's some other pieces of art that look like they might be charms. First is Azorius. Now, looks very similar. Could be the same artist. Looks pretty cool. Again, Boros. We have a Minotaur here. He looks pretty neat. I'd like to see some Minotaur in Boros. Next is Golgari. Now, I think this is the Golgari charm. I have a couple other Golgari pictures. This seems to go along with these. Next is Gruul on a big hammer. Next is Orzhov. Looks like a guy holding this relic thing. Rakdos, the guy has it on his axe. Looks pretty cool. Celestia. It's an elf with it on his armor, I guess. And finally, Simic. Now this is only 9. I didn't see any Dimir pictures, but Simic on the sword looks pretty cool. So those are what appear to be the charms. Now, last time in Ravnica, we also had the signets. Now, there's more pictures that look like they might be signets. So, like, this is Azorius, and this is obviously Azorius. It could be a signet. Boros also might be a signet. And Dimir, looks like a signet. Golgari, like on a insect shell or something. Gruul, looks like they're marking their territory. Similar to the Gruul signet in the first time around where it was carved into a wall. Is it? Looks cool, like a stained glass kind of look. Looks pretty neat. Orzhov hanging in the cathedral. That looks neat. And Celestia, which is like on a marble wall or something. It's neat, like if you look at the symbol, there's actually a tree coming out of the bottom, or the roots that are the circle. It's actually growing from the signet. That's kind of interesting. So those are the signets and charms. Now also we know that there is a guild mage. Now it's the Golgari guild mage. It's not Golgari guild mage because Golgari already has a guild mage. But this is the new picture of the new. It's a guild mage, but it's not called Golgari. So here's some other pictures that might be guild mages. Here's Azorius. He looks like Azorius. He's got the blue circles and armor. It looks like Azorius. Boros, he's definitely Boros. He's got the flaming fist. That's pretty neat. Dimir, I like what they got going on with the claws over his head. It looks like the symbol of the guild. That's pretty neat. Gruul, he's all savage and feral. Looks pretty cool. Orzhov, she's in a church. She's got crazy makeup on. Rakdos, she's got like black leather and skulls hanging off her belt and chains. Like what looks like a meat hook. And finally, now this is Celestia, but I don't know if this is a guild mage. Maybe it's a guild mage. Maybe it's something else. Maybe this is equipment. Could be the Luxodon Warhammer, or it could be Behemoth Sledge. Now, Behemoth Sledge would be cool. If they reprinted Behemoth Sledge, then that means they would probably make a colored artifact for each guild. If they were doing colored artifacts, I don't know if they would do colored artifacts. They might do colored art. It's been a couple years since Alara. They might do colored artifacts again. So those are the guild mages. Now here's some more pictures that these look like lands. These I like to call them like the guild halls. They look like guild halls to me. First is Azorius, and next is Boros, and it just looks like they all kind of have the same kind of theme. That it's from outside. You can see the symbol on the building. Next is Demir. Well, Demir doesn't really have the symbol. I don't. This one doesn't. This one doesn't have a symbol. Maybe this isn't the same cycle. And Golgari, you got the Golgari symbol over the sewers. That's kind of cool. This one is Gruul, and Gruul, it's got the symbol, painted up there a couple times. This one is it, and is it looks really neat. You got the blue liquid and the red liquid, and they're mixing together, and pipes and wires and all kinds. It looks really cool. I like the colors. It's a really cool looking. It's probably a land. Next is Orzhov. Got the symbol outside the cathedral gates. Looks pretty cool. Now this is Rakdos. I don't really. You can kind of make out the Rakdos symbol, maybe. But again, this might not be in the same cycle. It also looks to be inside instead of outside, so I don't. It might be a different cycle. This one is Celestia. Now this one, it's got the Celestia guild symbol, so it's probably with the first, like the guild hall cycle that I'm talking about. Now here's another one that's Celestia, and this one doesn't have the symbol. Now I wonder if this could be a Shockland, because we're pretty sure the Shocklands are coming back. So some of these artwork could be Shocklands, some could be another cycle. And then there's also, I have another one this looks like Orzhov, but it's inside instead of outside. You kind of got the symbols, but it could still be a Shockland. We don't know. So those are pretty neat. What else do I have to show you? So here is a cool picture. This is Ral Zarek, the new picture for a prophetic bolt, which I like. The old prophetic bolt had a planeswalker that is long dead now, so it needed new art. I believe it. I'm pretty sure it's Commodore Guff, which he is almost certainly dead by now. I can't remember what happened to him, but I'm pretty sure he's dead. So Commodore Guff is, old magic. We want new planeswalkers in our pictures. So there's that picture. Now here's another picture of Ral Zarek. I have no idea what card this is for, but it looks awesome. Like it's got all the swirlies and colors, and looks really neat. Like he's among columns, and looks really cool. So Ral Zarek probably will not be in. We'll probably not see his Planewalker card, but at least he's going to be around. Like at least there's going to be pictures of him. So that's kind of cool. And just because we're on Ravnica doesn't necessarily mean that he has to be there. So he can always show up at another time. He doesn't have to be on Ravnica because they're planeswalkers, so they can show up anywhere. We had Tamiyo show up on Innistrad, and she doesn't have anything to do with Innistrad. She just came to Innistrad because she likes the moon, and moons are interesting to her because she's a moon folk. So she came to study Innistrad's moon because Innistrad's moon's made out of silver. So that is most of the artwork I have. Here's some other random pictures. This is a Boros picture with like an army. It looks pretty neat. Like, I like to see these pictures, like it really gives you a sense of the guild. Like this is a standing army. That's Boros. So that's cool. So I'm just trying to flip through and see. I got a picture of a centaur. That's obviously Slaanesh. And what else do I have to show you? Just some more pictures. This guy looks like he's Orzhov. Probably not a guild mage. He might be something else. And here's a picture of Jace. Um, I don't know if this is going to be on card or just this is just promo art, but it's a picture of Jace we haven't really seen before. So that is some of the art that I have found. Here's another picture. It looks like looks like the Azorius symbol in the background, like an interrogation kind of card. Here's another card. This is most definitely some kind of control card. Looks like probably not Faith's Fetters, but something like that. Here's a picture of some guy with something. I don't know, maybe a guild mage. He could be a guild mage. This picture, I have no idea what it is. It's got there's an owl, and there's some kind of crazy liquid on it. I have no idea what that could be. It's in kind of a cathedral, so I'm thinking either Orzhov or maybe Celestina. This picture appears to be the Trans Guild Courier. The same art that we saw before, which is he's a golem that's all colors, even though he's an artifact. Here is a worm card. Possibly get some worm tokens for your populate. This one maybe is a prismatic prism. New art for prismatic prism. Some kind of something. This is definitely going to be an artifact that you can tap for different colors. Here's a sword. Can't really make out a guild symbol on it, but possibly equipment. Here's a Boros guy. Looks like he's going to be riding some kind of bird. So possibly a knight with flying. This one probably Simic. Some kind of Simic creature. This one's Demir, but I have no idea what it is. Possibly a land. So those are all the pictures I have to show you. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you next time.